Hello YouTubers, I have had a request by Chrisrdorra to do a tutorial to show you how I pixelated out the faces on the video that I did on one of my Kodak ZE2 videos. Now I think you can do this in all of the versions of Sony Vegas, that is Sony Vegas or Movie Studio, well the more recent ones anyway. Basically the effects you need is Cookie Cutter and Pixelate. So we've got our video here and basically we want to pixelate out this guy's face. So you get your video clip there. First of all you press Control C, go to the end of the clip, Control V, that duplicates the clip. You then want to press U to ungroup them, and then press the audio and delete the audio. Then move the clip up to above the original clip, and I will show you why you need to do this right now. So you've got your cookie cutter, and what you want to do is, I'm going to use square just because it's the easiest one to use. You can use one of the others, but I would say square is probably the easiest one. Move it to the top track, which is your duplicate video, and that brings this up. Now what you want to do is get rid of the border. Oh no, where's it gone? Don't worry about that, we'll sort that out in a minute. So now you've got that done, then you want to go to Pixelate. You can use blur or defocus, but I find that Pixelate works better. So you want to get the large one and move it over to your event effects, and I think we'll have a medium one in there as well, just to dense it up a bit, and maybe even a small. I mean, it's up to you guys, you use whatever you want to use, but for the sake of this video I'm going to stick 3 in there. So then you click back on the cookie cutter in your video effects, drag it over here. Now what we want to do is we want to make the size of the square smaller. And now here comes the long boring part. Down here you can see the timeline, and we want to zoom in on the timeline, so that's by pressing the plus button or the negative button to zoom out. And then what you want to do is go to the cookie cutter part and press on the diamond, so you'll get a little hand come up. And then what you do is you're going to move the square to where you want it to be to cover the bloke. Now that square is actually a bit too big, but for the sake of time I'm doing it like that. You can do it, choose to do it however big you want to do it. Basically by moving this size slider here you can sort of adjust how big or small it's going to be. Right, now what we do is click back on that diamond and press the right arrow key, which is going to move us through the keyframes. Now as you can see there, I now need to move that box up. As I do that, another keyframe is automatically added to the cookie cutter timeline. And basically all you do, you need to click on that diamond again and then continue to move through the frames until you need to move it again. Now as far as these other things are concerned, you don't really need the feather and you don't really need the border. Obviously if you want to put that in, it's up to you, but I'm not going to do that because I don't need to do it. What I'm going to do now is quickly go through the rest of this clip and cover his face, and then I'll show you afterwards, because it's going to take a bit of time to do it. So I shall talk to you again in a minute. Okie dokie. So there you have it, all done and dusted. So now what I'm going to do is I'll close that and put it to the beginning, and let's see how that has done. So as you can see, it's pixelated it out. Let's just have a look again. Bit rough around the edges, but it shows you basically how to do it. So that's how you pixelate out an object or somebody's face using any form of Sony Vegas from the later versions anyway. Other ways you can do it, I think in Vegas Pro, from either the 8th or 9th version on, there is actually an option where you can have a mask, and what you need to do is do the same as what I've shown you here, but instead of using cookie cutter, you click on the event pan crop, and then it will show you up. There'll be a sort of little option at the bottom where you can click on it, and it'll give you the mask option, and then all you have to do is make the mask up yourself. It is longer to do it, but you do get more sort of ability to change the size. You know, it's not just a square or a triangle. You can actually change the size of the box, but it is a little bit more complicated to do it. Plus you need to have Vegas Pro 9 at least, I think, in order to do it. In my Platinum Suite 10 I actually got some new blue effects, which gives me more flexibility on the cookie cutter type thing, so I'm actually able to change the size of it myself, a little bit like the mask effect, but not quite. But it does, you know, that's what I used in the video before. The cookie cutter is the easiest and simplest way of doing it, but obviously you're restricted to circles, triangles, squares and all that sort of stuff. But like I've shown you in this video, it is quite easy and simple to do. Okay, well I hope that's helped. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I shall try and answer you as best I can. I hope this has helped, and I shall do some more later on. Okay, bye bye for now.